Good day, guys. Um, yes, I thought I should share a short video on decision making. Last time, when I was busy with ignorance as a bad compass, I was unable to finish it. So I thought that let me take this opportunity and finalize it. Okay. Yes, so because on that video, I also mentioned the six thinking heads, so I couldn't come to that point. So, but before I continue with this video, I just need to tell you a short story. At some point, I was having a discussion with a friend of a friend. She was busy with, I think, LLB. She was a law student at the time. And then for her thesis or her research, she asked me, Lulu, please tell me, because I have this question or a problem. There's someone that I know, she is in conflict with a partner. The guy is in prison, but he is about to be released. So he requested the lady that he wants to see the kids. And this lady is finding it difficult to allow that, as she feels that this guy is a criminal, and so she feels that he is not ready to see his children. So I answered and said, you know, whatever answer I'm going to give to you now, or whatever decision we are going to take, that decision is going to affect the kids for the longest time, for the rest of their lives, you see. So I'm saying whatever decision that you or this lady is taking, she must try to put the children first, you see. And then she said, but she said she's scared that this guy will harm the kids. Then I said, it's just unfortunate if it comes to that. And I wonder how did she come to that conclusion, you know? Because as we are saying, this guy is the kid's father. So I don't see, it just makes sense that he's from prison and he misses his children. So I told her, if it was me, I'll allow this guy to see his kids, whether he harms them or not. The fact of the matter, he is the father to these children. And to these kids, whether this guy is a criminal or whatever we label him, he is still their parent, he's still their father. Then he said, hey, yeah, I didn't look at it that way. I said, but you know, it's just one way that I'm seeing it. Maybe somebody else will, you know, advise you otherwise, but I'll stand with what I'm saying. So why am I bringing this discussion to this topic for today? For me, it makes perfect sense. It basically tells us, like, okay, I did also my little research here, that decisions made out of anger, spite, or haste are commonly called impulsive decisions, rash decisions, knee-jerk reactions, or reckless actions. These choices are driven by intense emotions rather than logic and often lead to regretful outcomes, such as damaging relationships or causing financial loss. What we call these decisions impulsive or rash decisions, actions taken on the spur of the moment without considering the consequences. Knee-jerk reactions are quick automatic responses to a stimulus, often without thought. Spite acts or revenge are actions taken specifically to cause harm or distress to another person, often resulting in self-harm. Hasty or precipitated decisions are decisions made too quickly without proper deliberation. Emotional or hot-headed choices are decisions made while under the influence of strong emotions like anger. And are these decisions valid? That's the question I asked when I did my research. And then the answer that I got was, well, these decisions are technically valid in that they can have real world, often binding consequences, e.g. signing a contract or sending an angry email. They are generally not considered sound, rational, or advisable. Clouded judgment, anger, and intense emotions impair logic, cause people to ignore context, and lead to poor decisions. Irreversible consequences. Once made, this decision can be impossible to undo, leading to long-term regret. Legal or practical standpoint, while sometimes legally binding, decisions made in extreme emotional distress may sometimes be challenged, but they are generally treated as conscious, albeit impulsive actions. So, in conclusion, according to my research, it is widely advised to never make important decisions when angry or in haste, as these moments of high emotion and low logic are the worst advisor. So this is the little research that I did. And to my thinking as well, decision making is like, driving, I'll say driving a car in a busy street, let me say that. So because when you drive, we are told that driving, you drive not only your car, but you drive four ways. The cars that are in front of you, the cars on the sides, and the car at the back, including your car. So there you have to make decisions that are going to be safe for all parties involved, you see. So it now takes me to what I was talking about last time with them when I spoke of the 6 thinking heads. Okay. So just to go back again a bit, the one question that I wanted to address, it was, so what does it look like when you move with awareness? You see, I just pray that at the end of this video, the message that I want to share with you, it comes across the way I have it in mind. So to move with awareness, you stop rushing into things that drain you. You start recognizing patterns before they become problems. You ask better questions. You make clearer choices. You don't get blindsided as often because you have learned to read the room, the relationship, the situation. You still move forward. You still take risks. But now you are moving with understanding, not against it. It's not about being perfect, it's about being present. And that changes everything. I'm just trying to go back to the previous video. And then the other question was, so how do you actually do this? How do you become more aware before you move? There's a simple tool I want to share with you. Remember, that's when I spoke of the 6 thinking heads. Because you see, even in the examples that I've given so far, it is emphasized that when you take a decision, you not only consider yourself and your feelings, you consider the people that are living with you, the people closest to you, your kids, everyone around you that's going to be affected by your decision. So that's where Dr. Dibono also emphasized that when you take a decision, you must consider it. Your decision must be an all-round. You must look at it into 6 different ways, or there are 6 different questions that you need to ask yourself before taking a decision. So that also goes to our example, the lady with the kids. Instead of taking impulsive decisions out of spite perhaps, or maybe instead of being extra careful for absolutely maybe nothing, she should ask herself questions that are, not vindictive, or not only questions that are vindictive, but also questions that will be positive and beneficial. So that's where Dr. Dibono says, he even imagines intelligent people in a boardroom, let's say in a boardroom, and these people are just waiting for an opportunity to crush the suggestion or what these other people has just said, without dissecting or interrogating the suggestion that was put on the table, you see. So I'm not going, like I said, I'm not going to go deep into the book, and I'm not even advertising the book, but it's something that I read, and it's something also nice to have, you see. So I thought I should share that piece with you. So with this, the six thinking heads, he says, before you make a big decision, before you enter that relationship, that take that job, speak those words, ask yourself 6 questions. Put on 6 different hats, So he's got a white hat. So the white hat, in this case, it will be, what do I actually know? The facts on the table. That's what you know. not what you assume, not what you hope for. The facts, like I'm saying, the facts. What are the facts? Okay. And then the red one, the red head. How do I feel about this? What's my gut saying? Emotions are not the enemy. Ignoring them is. You see, the lady, I think she's not wrong to think that way, but she mustn't only think about that only. She must also consider other factors. You see. So that's why we should also keep praying for the spirit of discernment, because that's a gift. It's from God. It's not from us. It's not something that you just practice and get it right. You discern. You ask it from God. Okay. So the black hat. What could go wrong? I think that's what this lady was wearing when she came to that conclusion. Not to be negative, but to be prepared. What are the risks? I need to see clearly. So if she felt that maybe this guy was going to harm the kids, there are other measures that can be put in place, to just try and make sure that that doesn't happen. That's what I'm thinking. Then the yellow head, what could go wrong? What could go right? What are the real benefits here? What opportunities am I looking at? You see, that's when we are wearing the yellow one, the yellow head. And then there's a green one, the green head. What else is possible? Am I only seeing one option because I haven't looked for others? It's a question. What haven't I considered yet? So you must think and think and think until you have exhausted every possibility, every chance. Then the blue head, what's the bigger picture? Am I thinking clearly? What's my actual next step? You see. So with this example of this lady with the kids and the guy, the father who's from prison, it's something that we can use as a scenario, as an example, to practice this method of the 6 thinking heads, so that we can, with time, be able to function in that fashion. We are able to use all the heads before we make a decision. So the blue head, what's the bigger picture? Am I thinking clearly? What's my actual next step? Okay, that's I've said that already. You don't need to overthink it, but before you move, put on the heads and question all around, because awareness is not complicated, it's just intentional. You see. So Dr. Dibono is saying, when you wear these heads, when you practice this actually, it forces us to respect one another, because when we take a decision, we are not like I've already mentioned, that it's not like we are debating or we are like politicians, we are just arguing. I'm sorry to say that, but that's what it also says. So when you are in that position or in that situation, you listen. You'll be given a chance, or you give yourself a chance to whatever problem that you want to resolve, to look at it in different ways, in those 6 different ways, you see. So let me wear my hat. So when this one is my Lesotho hat, you see. So now I'm a Mosotho from Lesotho. The Basotho people are also strategists. You see, I'm the seeker now. Yeah. So guys, thank you so much. This is all I have for you, and I'm glad that I managed to finalize the video. Please enjoy it, and let's try to take wise decisions. And the other thing that we do, which is also a problem, taking decisions just because of we are afraid of what other people will say. We are under pressure. You see, like those types of how can I put it, conditions we find ourselves in when making decisions. It becomes really painful at the end of the day. We find that we have made decisions, and at the end of the day, we are the ones to suffer because of the spur of the moment when we made those decisions. And the people who angered us, they are not affected in any way. They continue with their lives. They are not bothered. So we have to try and discern and become in making our decisions, because some decisions are irreversible. Some you'll make a decision, you'll fall, and you, by the grace of God, you'll be able to stand up, dust yourself, and you rise again. But let's be mindful. Thank you so much, guys. I thank you and I love you.